simplify, you can do this. If you simplify, you can do this. So, all right, so a linear expression. What are we talking about when we say a linear expression? So you don't have to write all this stuff. You just have to know that a linear expression is when you have just like a letter in a variable or a variable. It's nothing that has an exponent with it. That's the biggest thing I want you to know, is that there's not 2x, there's not an exponent usually. If you want to just do linear and nonlinear, you can. If you'd rather just give yourself an example, it's totally up to you. But it's when the variable is raised to the first power, and usually there's only most likely one variable in there. So it's totally how you want to take the notes. If you want to write the whole definition, if you'd rather write down here what they are. There we go. So we are going to be working with all of these today. Down below, linear expressions, we're going to be talking about those. Nothing too complicated. Some of you might be wondering why they're called linear, and this is something we're going to talk about from now on until March. A linear expression is if you would graph it, it would be a straight line on the graph. Okay, that's why it's called a linear expression. A linear expression is if you would graph it, it would be a straight line on a graph. That's why if we have like two things here, it's not going to be a straight line on the graph. If we have a square, it's not going to be a straight line. That's actually like a quadratic function, okay? That's what we're going to talk about later on. But anything here, all linear expressions, that's why, because if you think of the word linear, what's the base word? Line. So everything on this side is going to be, if you graph it, it's a straight line. Okay, so that's what we're going to be talking about. We'll be talking about that for a long time. Any questions, you guys? All right. Let's keep on moving. Okay, remember this from last year? Look at it. I taught you 2 ways to do it. It's 3x plus 4 plus 2x plus 1. Here's one way I taught you how to do this. I taught you to set them up and line them up like this. Does this look familiar to anybody? Then what we did is we put a line down the middle, because basically it's like two problems. You're going to take care of working with the constants, and then you're going to take care of working with the coefficients. Okay? Now, do you have to do it this way? No, not. I'll show you another way. Okay? You don't have to do it this way. I just think it's easy so you can see everything. So, and the reason why I put this line here is because remember when we talked about terms? I'm basically splitting the terms up. So this says 4 plus 1. What's 4 plus 1? 5, right? So 5 is going to go down here. Whatever sign that is, if it's a positive 5 or a negative 5, that's going to determine the sign. Which if it's a positive 5, you're going to have a plus. And then 3x plus 2x, 5x, that's your answer. That's as far as you can go. Okay? Easy? Yeah, it is. It is pretty easy once you get it. Now, do you have to do it this way? No, you would not have to do it this way at all. You could do it this way. If you would rather, and you can, or more than welcome to do this way too. You can, it's basically simplifying. Find your like terms, and if it's adding, we're putting them together, 5x. Find your like terms, and since we're adding in the middle, put them together. That's another way. Okay, so you decide which way you like the best. Then.
If you use that way on that camera, do we have to like show that we circled them?
No. No. It's fine. Some people need to see it right now. That's fine. The only way this would get trickier is if you involve a negative. That's really the only way this can get any harder today. It can't get much harder. The only thing is a negative that can maybe screw somebody up a little bit. Okay, so if I have negative 4x plus 2 plus negative 2x plus 2. Some of you can do it in your head, fine. Anybody want to share their answer? You want to share their answer, McKenna?
Negative 6x plus 4.
Negative 6x plus 4. That is right. Negative 6x plus 4. So far, so good? Any questions for me? Doing all right? Okay, let's try another. Try this one. Try this one. I told you this was an easy lesson. Anybody want to share this one? You want to share this one, Aiden?
6x plus 6.
You're right, 6x plus 6. If you don't forget, you can put a 1 with that. 7x plus negative 1x, 6. 4 plus 2, 6. Don't forget you're adding and not multiplying. For some reason, I feel like some of you are trying to multiply an accident. Don't know how to do that. Adding, everything is adding today. No subtracting, just adding. Okay, the last one I'm going to do is this one. And the reason why I want to do this one is because, number one, there's a subtraction sign here, and we have a negative here. So I want you to try this one with the subtraction sign inside here. It's not here, but it's inside. See, I'm going to write it up and down like this. Because if people are watching online, they probably want to know how we're solving. Or you can do these. That works too. And then this one. Same thing. All right, somebody haven't heard from me yet today? You want to help me out, Brooklyn?
3x plus 2.
3x plus 2. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me show you how they're going to use a story problem. Okay, I'm actually going to make my own story problem up. This is what they're going to do. They're going to give you a weird shape. Okay, there's my weird shape. Pull over. And they're going to give each side like an expression. So let's do this is 2x. This is 1x plus 1. This is, let's see, x plus 3. And this is 6x minus 2. Okay? First of all, they're going to give you an A and a B. So most likely A is going to be find the total perimeter. What's perimeter? What's perimeter, Aiden?
Length of all the sides.
Yep, the length of all the sides. All the sides added together. So what do you think I'm going to do with all those things? What do you think I'm going to do? Brooklyn? I'm going to combine them all together. So if you want to write it out, it would be like 2x. That would be my one side. And then here's my other side. And then here's another side. And then here's my other side. 6x. I'm going to put a 1 with all those x's. I'll just do it right here. It's weird. It gets weird on that side of the board. I don't know why. Okay, now you start combining. If you'd rather write them up and down, you can do that too. So how you do that, you do 2x, and then 1x plus 1, and then 1x plus 3. If you'd rather write them this way. 6x minus 2. You can definitely write them that way if you want. Just make sure you line everything up. And then you just add them together. Let's see. 1, 4, 4 minus 2 would be 2. And 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's easy. Looks like that. I believe. If I'm wrong, you gotta let me know. Sometimes I make mistakes too. So that would be A's answer. Okay. All right, then they're going to give you a letter B, most likely. And they're going to say, let's say this is B, they're going to say, solve if A equals 6. So now what they want you to do is they want you to take your expression, and I'm sorry, this should be X. They want you to take your expression and what do they want you to put in for x? 6, and they want you to solve it. So they want you to do this. Well, this would be 60 plus 2. Well, the whole perimeter is what? According to if they want x, 6 and for x, the whole perimeter would be 62. So they're going to have you two things. They're going to have you add up all the sides, and then most likely they're going to have you put something in for the variable to solve it. Okay? Any questions so far? Questions? Okay. Let's try another one. I want you to try it yourself. You try it yourself. So we'll do a triangle. We'll do a goofy triangle. We'll do 4x plus 1. We'll do x minus 3. And we'll do, 2x minus 1. Okay, so number 1, for A, write the total expression. Okay, and then B, solve if x is 6. Remember, if your expression isn't right for A, you're probably not going to get B right, so you have to focus on B or A to make sure that that expression is correct. So, what do you think? What do you think? Let's start with the expression first, shall we? We need another second? Alright, what does the expression look like? Let's start with A. What does that expression look like? What do you think? Somebody haven't heard from me today. Logan?
4x minus 3 plus 4x plus 1 plus 2x minus 1.
Okay, and what did you get for an answer?
7x minus 3.
7x minus 3. I think that sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good to you? Okay. Because if you look at it, you could actually think about this one quickly in your head. Yeah, we'll put a 1 here. And what happens with these two things? They cancel out. They would cancel out. And so you'd have 4, 5, 6, 7, and then this would be like, oh, yeah, 7x minus 3. Now, if I put 6 in, it should look like this. What did you get for an answer there then? What did you get for an answer there, McKenna? 39. 39. You are correct. That's it, guys. That's all for today. You can.
How much time do we have left?
You got about